Hey everyone, this is Michelle Chudy. I have a very special announcement to make, and I would love for you guys to all jump on so I can tell you about it. Something really awesome has just happened within the last couple of days, and I wanted to let everyone know by sharing this video. And of course, I don't do live very often, or at least as often as I should, especially since I'm a certified business coach and I actually teach people to do this. But hey, Jerry, I see Jerry's now on, and I'm just going to give folks a second just to get into the video. And of course, I want you to share this because what you're about ready to experience is something that has been a very special journey for me, and I wanted to share my heart on that just for a few seconds. So, hey, I see Jeannie's on, and I see Beth Ann, hey, Missy, and Michelle Comtois, and Nicole Young, welcome, welcome. Thank you guys for signing in. Hey, do me a favor and share this video because I want you to be part of this journey and help to spread the word, because I wanted to let you all know that I just gave birth to a very special baby, and it is my third. And for those of you that don't know, I am a published author, and it has been something that the Lord has just brought to my heart to actually put pen to paper and share part of my story, and also to help people along the way. So, hey, Nicole, thanks for saying hi. And you guys, please, again, share this video, and I would love just for you to leave comments on here too, because one of the things that helps is that when you guys help spread the word, Facebook will actually spread the word. So it's really important that you guys actually get into the share or the comment mode. But anyway, I wanted to share a really important announcement. One, that I just gave birth to my third baby, which is Song of the Barren. Okay. So for those of you that don't know, let me see if I can get this up here and get a better view of the cover. This book is my heart on paper, and it is Song of the Barren, Miscarriages to Miracles, and it's my testimony of not only my journey through miscarriage, but also through the miracle birth of Cara Sophia, and just, you know, everything that came to pass in writing this. So the reason why I wanted to do this live video, one, to tell people that it is actually in pre-release mode. You can pre-order it now. You can go to songofthebarren.com and do pre-order. But you also, I want you to tell people about it because it's out in ebook now. The print will be coming very shortly after the ebook release. But the reason why we're doing this today is that on February 14th, Valentine's Day, 2013, we actually announced that we were expecting, which was a complete and total surprise to all of my friends and family, that we were having another baby. Because for one, I was 44. No, actually, no, I was 44. I hadn't turned 45 yet. So Karis was a surprise. I was 10 weeks pregnant with her and didn't know it. I thought I was in menopause. So everyone had a big laugh out of that. So, you know, Hayden was 12 or going on 12 years old, and we were thinking that we were just going to be parents of an only child, and along comes Cara Sophia. So the backstory to that, let's see who else is joining on here. Christina's on. Hey, Christina, Mitzi, and then I see Karen's on as well. You guys share the video. Hey, Brittany. Thanks, Missy, for the congratulations too. You guys, please share this, you know, help me spread the word on this. But okay, so the backstory on this. 2 weeks pregnant with Karis. And what most people don't know is that I had a history of miscarriages before getting pregnant with Karis. And it was something that was probably my most intimate journey with the Lord, where I had so many challenges, where I actually went through a season of being very angry with him over the losses, and they were back to back. They were exactly a year apart. So Song of the Barren is basically the story about my journey through not only the miscarriage grief, which I found it was so primal that I had never experienced grief like that before. And I had lost, you know, many people that were near and dear to my heart throughout my years. And it was something where the Lord really wanted me to put pen to paper again and write this, because what I discovered during that time of miscarriage and the grief that followed was, it was horrific. I've never experienced grief like that before, because I felt like a part of me was just basically ripped out and had died. And what I also found is that society doesn't really give you a chance to grieve that. So a huge gap when it comes to grieving the loss of an unborn child. So part of the journey of Song of the Barren is, one, it tells you the story of this miracle baby right here, but also there's survivor stories in here for other folks that have just graced me with the treasure of sharing their story. There's other folks that have gone through pregnancy loss, stillborn birth, miscarriage, and they've shared their story. So there's other folks that have contributed. So I want to give a shout out to them. I want to say thank you, Mark and Katie Keene, for sharing your heart and your story, for Jennifer Plummer, and also Crystal Strasser, Rebecca Blackburn, Hope Burl Green actually shared, and then also Kevin Sheehan. Thank you guys for giving me the privilege to share your story. And, that was something that I don't count as anything as light for doing or having that privilege. So you're going to find not only my story in there about going through the miscarriages, but also the miracle. I wanted to share hope as part of this, and to encourage people that there is hope again, and you can move past the grief. And what I've also included in here is support resources for those that are supporting someone who's gone through a pregnancy loss or a miscarriage or something, that like that, the stillbirth, that there are resources in here of where you can go to help someone. So because like I said, I found that it is a struggle in the community to know how to support someone that is grieving this type of loss. So if you're in a ministry outreach capacity, such as a church, or maybe you're a work organization and you're trying to help, your coworkers and an employee or even a friend, you can get them this book, because it also will give you grief exercises to work through the pain. So really important that you actually go in and gift someone a copy of this, because it'll help them work through the deep-seated pain of miscarriage grief. And you guys, I see Jordan's on here now. Bruce is on. Hey guys, Jeff Jameson, who was in our wedding, who danced with my husband, I think even before I got to at my wedding. So hey, Jeff. And so also Bobby's on here. Gosh, all my friends from way back. Bobby, Bobby, I'm not going to share any of our stories, but Bobby has been there from way back. So anyway, y'all, thank you for joining this live video. But again, like I said, share this. It's really important, for one, that you celebrate Song of the Barren. Send people to the link of songofthebarren.com. Again, this is available for pre-order. And then also, if you know someone who has gone through miscarriage or pregnancy loss, that you actually, get them a copy of this. It's really important to help them work through that grief, because what I have found, even with myself, is that I went through years of barrenness, and not the barrenness of not being able to bear a child, but also the hardness and the barrenness of spirit, just, soul and body, as far as not being able to work through that grief. I was mad at God. I didn't even want to talk to him. I was praying not to get pregnant. Then along comes Karis, and, she's part of this journey. So, hey, Mitchell. And I see Nancy's on here too. Love seeing you guys on here. Jeannie, yes, this is available on Kindle. You can pre-order it now. And as a matter of fact, it will release. So if you go in and purchase now, it will download on March 5th. That is the actual release date, but it is available for pre-order. The print will follow shortly after. So, hey, Amber, Johnny's on as well. You guys, thanks for signing into this. Share this video, please. Please, please tell about the birth of Song of the Barren. Okay, so another reason why I wanted to share this video tonight is to tell you the backstory. There's always a story behind the story. I want you guys to know that for those of you that have not written a book yet, which I do believe there's a book in each of us, there's always a story that is on the inside of one of these puppies. So what you don't know about Song of the Barren is, Care Sophia, when I was 10 weeks pregnant, I thought I was in menopause. And I went to the doctor and found out that I was pregnant, and scared to death, obviously, because I had a history of miscarriage, and was afraid that, had a positive pregnancy test, and that I was going to have horrible news delivered yet again, and which would have been the third time. So, hey, Jen, see you on here too. Thank you, Jennifer, for saying congratulations. So I'm in the doctor's office, and 10 weeks pregnant, past both milestones of the other two miscarriages. And it was something where it was very surreal. So Mark and I both decided that we were not going to share like we had done with the first pregnancy, miscarriage, that we shared early because we're so confident that we were pregnant again that we weren't going to lose the baby. But when we did, I had to go back and tell people that I had lost the first baby. So, which was horrific. That's a horrible part of those of you that have experienced a miscarriage and then you told too soon, and had to go back and share and do things as well. I've written about that in here as well. But anyway, we decided not to say anything, and we purposefully chose the reveal date to be Valentine's Day of 2013. One, it took us 2 weeks past our first trimester. And then it also was very significant. We wanted to give that as a Valentine's gift to Hayden because she had been praying for a brother or sister for quite some time. And, you know, obviously 12-year gap between our two. So you can tell that there was a long time of praying and this little girl wanting a sibling. So we gave her the Valentine's gift of announcing Cara Sophia. So here we come. As of yesterday, I got this proof of the print version as a Valentine's gift from Jesus yesterday. And this is something as, you know, just, you know, looking through, I know you can't really see, but there's pictures of my story, God's story. There's stories from contributors, that people that were so precious to share their journey of miscarriage and pregnancy loss. Like I said, you know, there's, you know, Katie and Mark Keene, there's Jordan Sanders that have shared, Rebecca Blackburn, Crystal Strasser, Jennifer Plummer, Hope Burrell Green, as well as Kevin Sheehan. Their stories in here and what it was like for them to go through the process, and what they're still dealing with to this day, because it's not something that is once done, because we've lost children and they're just, you know, heaven-born babes, and we will see them again. But, you know, I was privileged to share that, and they're in here as well, and as well as the grief exercises as far as the resources for ministry output and outreach and support. But so this was a Valentine's gift from Jesus yesterday. And so I held this in my hand, and then as I was going through looking for a very specific image to put into this book to help tell the story, I discovered an old notebook and I write on everything, like little notes, scraps everywhere. You'll see it all around my house of things that I jot down a to-do list and things when I've dated, things that I've started. So, hey, Kaylee, just want to say, Claire's on here, Mary Johnson's joined. General Divine, good to see you on here too, sir. My old boss, meanest man of division, who's not so mean to most of us, but anyway, thanks for joining. But you guys share the video, please. So I found on this journal that I had written in, or this old notebook, that I started writing Song of the Barren on February 15th, 2015. So today marks 3 years of this journey where I started this book, and it has now come to fruition in print. And I don't think that's happenstance. I know that God's very specific about dates and just things that happen. So I wanted to share that backstory of that, one, about the significance of receiving the proof on Valentine's Day, which happened to be the exact same day that we announced the pregnancy of Cara Sophia. And then also the fact that I started this journey exactly 3 years ago today, and I'm sitting before you announcing that if you go to songofthebarren.com, that you can pre-order now the ebook. It will release on March 5th. And I just wanted to share that and let you guys know that this has been a very privileged assignment for me. And it is not a path that I would have chosen for myself. But I will tell you that there is joy that comes from sorrow eventually. You just have to work through it. And what I want to do now is help people work through that grief. I want to give pregnancy, loss, and miscarriage a voice, because I found that I was not actually given one when I was going through the grief. And as I listened to other people when I was doing research, I found that they also were in the same situation, that they felt like they didn't have a voice. Well, I'm here to give us a voice for those of us that have gone down this path and that we were actually, you know, unfortunately, you know, in this position. I want you to know that you're not alone, that Song of the Barren is here to help break the silence of miscarriage and to give you permission to grieve. I want to give you tools and resources that, I'm a life coach and also a certified business coach. I want to give you tools to help work through that pain and help work through that grief so you can move out of that valley of sorrow, which I can tell you from my own personal experience will trap you there if you don't work through it. So I want this to be a gift of encouragement. I would love for you guys to just share this video, tell your friends about it. If you have not suffered pregnancy loss, I pray to God you haven't, but if you have, get yourself a copy of this. If you know somebody who has gone through this, get them a copy of it, tell them about it, and, help spread the word. Be part of a movement to give a voice to something that is a cultural, it's not a taboo necessarily, but it's a silence that has been something that has been so hard for us to break through because you're expected just to resume life. But I want you to know that this is something that I want to give attention to by not only sharing my story, but also sharing, the other folks' story, everyone that I mentioned, Jordan, Mark, and Katie's story, Paul and Rebecca Blackburn's story, Crystal, Kevin, Hope, they all have put their heart on paper as well, and to let people know what it's like to actually experience this. And I will tell you, it's not easy, but when you actually tell people what you've gone through, you'll realize that there's a lot of similarities, and when you start talking about it, it does bring healing through the grief process. So that is my birth announcement. I have given birth to my third book, which is my baby. It has been a 3-year pregnancy. I never thought I'd get to this point of actually announcing. Hey, Monica, I see Mike's on here, Hope's on here as well. Jackie, gosh, you guys, Leslie, you guys, thanks for joining in. Share this video, please. But, again, I just wanted to share the fact that I was pregnant for 3 years with this book, and this has been a beautiful process for me. It's been one of healing for me just to write it, very cathartic. I can tell you that when I knew that I was supposed to write this, it was very difficult because I knew that I couldn't sit down and write about my miracle pregnancy of Karis without going through the journey of the miscarriage. Because in order to tell the joy of what I was celebrating, which was my song, I had to write about the miscarriages, which was part of my barrenness. And I had a hard time doing this. So I knew when I was pregnant with Karis that I was supposed to write this, but I couldn't at the time because I knew I had to look back. And I was really struggling with the pregnancy because I was afraid. And for those of you that know me, I'm not a fearful person. I'm very bold. Probably too bold at times, as some of you will probably attest to. But I knew when I was getting ready to write this that it was going to be difficult because I had some things that I hadn't dealt with yet. I was mad at God. I felt like he disappointed me. I felt like I was forsaken. There's a lot of things as being a very strong vocal Christian that I had to deal with that I wasn't ready to go there yet. So this book is me dealing with that as well. It takes you through, just the brief journey of what it was like for me. I was journaling at the time of my miscarriages, which I didn't realize, at the time that was actually a healing part for me to do that. But those journal entries are in here. They're literally exactly how I wrote them with, some grammar things cleaned up, of course. But you're going to see basically what my struggle was. It's real. I didn't cut anything out. I tried to be very transparent to let you know what it was like. So for those of you that have not gone through miscarriage and you're dealing with someone trying to support them, you'll know what it's like. You're going to get a man's perspective and a woman's perspective. And what's also so sweet in here, and I want to give a special shout out to my beautiful brown-eyed girl, Hayden. Her letter's in here too. So what it's like for, a sibling to lose another sibling through pregnancy loss. She shared her heart too with her letter. So you're going to get it from all aspects in this book. And again, share this video. It's important. It's important for people to hear. It's important for people to know what it's like and to help to understand it, because part of dealing with something is to gain knowledge and understanding. Knowledge is one thing, but to have understanding with that knowledge is a whole different story. It gives you power to actually help people, help yourself. So again, I'm empowering you with the voice. I'm empowering you with a testimony of not just myself, but other people that have gone through it, that have walked this path. I'm empowering you with the ability to help other folks by not only supporting them with a resource, but also things that they need. I mean, I can tell you that when I went through this, not many people understood, but my beautiful friends Audrey Anderson and Sonia Rios, love them. They brought me meals. You know, you wouldn't think to do that for someone who suffered miscarriage, but it's debilitating. And again, you're expected to go back into society. But they were very sweet, and to the point where they reached out to me when I was grieving, even though I didn't let many people know that. They were there for me, and they ministered to me. It also gives you suggestions on how to minister to people and to help them. And of course, like I said, other resources for professional organization, you know, as far as forums and other outreach opportunities too. So if you are a person of influence where you have employees, or you have someone, you know, within a church, or you know, whatever, everyone has a position of influence, but this will give you a ready resource to help other folks. So again, share this video. Love you all. Thank you for signing in and for joining. And I just appreciate the support. And thank you for celebrating the birth of my third child. Share the announcement. See if I hold this up. Can you see? I'm bad about this, like going in the direction of where it's supposed to be. There it is. Okay. You can see it all. That's the front of it. That's the back of it. This was a story in and of itself. That's not for this video, just to tell you what it took to actually get this thing into published format. But thank you guys for joining in. Thanks for signing into my live video. Share it, please. And thanks for watching, and God bless you all. See you soon.